more money is coming your way than ever before in your life in 2025. If you begin to ask yourself the right questions. And I was thinking about what happened to me from my transition from being in a 1.5 million US dollar debt and to actually succeeding with a company, 1.5 million US dollar in revenue and 60 people in my team, and I paid off the debt and all of that. And I shared in other videos that I believe that it was two things. It was mind shift of my mindset, and it was strategies, business strategies. What else? So what I'm sharing with you right now is something that helped me a lot. And I really, if you want more money coming into your life in 2025, I invite you to begin thinking about the things that I am sharing with you today. Just spend a couple of minutes every day. Just listen to this video, listen to it again if you want to get your brain thinking in a little different way. And what I am sharing with you here is actually something that when I realized I had a relationship with money. I had a relationship with money, and that's what I want you to think about. What is your relationship with money? When I say this, I was like, when I look back, I've mentioned this before, but I was afraid of losing money. I was afraid of losing money. What's your relationship with money? And I helped so many people with their businesses. I helped so many clients with their life. And when I began asking them these questions, I realized that everyone had a relationship around money. And I met a friend just last summer, and he's been very successful with his business. And something he said, it just kept running around in my mind, because he said he lived very good for many years. I hadn't seen him for many years. He lived very good, big houses, big car, nice family, was doing very good and things like this. A lot of money was coming to him. But then he said this, I feel like they're burning in my pocket. I need to spend them all the time. Now, I wasn't coaching him, and I was just listening. But it stuck with me. That's also a relationship, right? So what he was actually saying, from what I understand, was that I don't feel really good when the money is in my pocket. I need to spend them. And I know there's a lot of people who, maybe in other words, but feel like that too. For me, I was afraid of losing them. So I tried to hold on to them like I did with a relationship. I tried to hold on to it. I became very maybe even say needy, became very needy around the money, around a certain relationship. And the more needy I became, and that's why I say relationship, because maybe you can get this picture. I'm just sharing my story, but begin thinking about how is this in your life? How is this playing out in your life? Because it's a program. It's what's going on inside of us. My relationship with money, my relationship with a beautiful, beautiful, very exotic ex-wife and also ex-partner was neediness. I really didn't want her to leave me, like I didn't want the money to leave me. It's a relationship. I was afraid of losing the money. And what happened? I lost the money. I hold on tight to it. When money came to me, I didn't want to spend it because I was afraid I was losing it. That was my relationship with money. And guess what happened? Because I had that fear. So the fear, it was kind of like all the time, the fear was, I had to look the fear in the eye. My relationship with money was a fear of losing the money. Fear of spending money, fear of, at that time, I wasn't fear of investing it, but I did, but I was afraid that I would lose it. I was afraid that it would run away from me. And I understand why. I look back during my years of really looking inside. I look back, I tracked my history. I understand why I was so afraid of losing. And also, and again, think about it in your life. How is this playing out for you? How do you feel around money? What is your relationship with money? Because when I began looking at these things, I saw different times in my life where people cheated on me with money. I saw people cheated on me and walked away and laughed and things like that, like being bullied with money when I was young. And that stuck with me. So I was so afraid of being cheated on. I was so afraid of people laughing at me around money. I was so afraid of being and feeling like a fool around money. So I kept it very tight to me. I worked hard to get money and I kept it very tight to me. That was my relationship with money. My question to you, I'm just sharing this to open up your thoughts around this. My question to you is, what is your relationship with money? Are you like, I was afraid of losing them? Are you like, there's no money coming to me? Money don't like me? I don't serve money? Are you like my friend, I really, when I get money, I need to spend them. I cannot, I don't know what to do with them. I need to buy something. And there's nothing right or wrong in all of this. It's not about judging anything. It's just about realizing what's your relationship with money. Because when I began looking at this, when I began understanding I had a relationship with money, I could begin to look into the fear, to look into those emotions. I could begin to change my mind around it. But I could also begin to release the resistance, the fear. I could begin to let it all go. I could begin to see money coming in without me being afraid of losing it. And again, look at your life situation. Look at your relationship with money. Do you need to invest money? Do you need to have a lot of money in your pocket? Do you need to spend a lot of money all the time? Are you afraid you're losing them? Do you want to spend money on your friends all the time? I had a very good friend many years ago who did that. He just wanted to spend money on his friend and on his friends, and he was very, very generous with that. But he was also in an abundant flow, so money kept coming to him, and he just wanted to spend them on his friends, and he loved doing that. Actually, quite funny to think about that, because it just kept coming. He believed that was how it was supposed to be. He believed money came easy to him. Guess what? Money came easy to him. He believed that from him being with his friend, helping his friends, he had no problems for paying for friends with dinners and whatever it was, going out and doing something. He had no problem. He was just like, he wanted to do that. And he also had the belief that money came easy to him, and it did. Wow, huh? What is your relationship with money? How does it feel? What do you think around money? How does it feel for you? Think about certain situation in your life, like when you're with your partner, if you have one, or if you're with your friends, if you're with your family. And maybe it's different. Maybe it's something with your friends, maybe it's something with your family. Family situations are always a little more complex. We're very close together from our upbringing. Think about it in your work. Think about it in your investments. If you invest, think about it in your business. What's your relationship with money? Do you spend it? Do you really protect it? Are you afraid of it? Are you happy with it? Are you joyful with money? Do you believe money is something that is scarce, or do you believe money is abundance? Just think about it. Just think about it, and also feel. And one exercise that I would really just like invite you to look into is actually to just sit down and write about this. Maybe even do it after this video, or stop the video and just like, okay, what is my relationship with money? Begin thinking about it. Begin being conscious about what's going on inside of you when it's around money. So just take a couple of minutes and do that. Maybe do it a couple of days, maybe do it a couple of weeks, whatever. Maybe come back and do the same thing in 3 months or half a year from now. Just the energy of beginning to observe this, of looking at this, and being conscious about what's going on inside. That is like looking at the relationship, and then you have the possibility, you have the option, you can change that relationship if there's something that you would like different. So for instance, if you're afraid of losing money, that's one thing, but what would you like instead? Not being afraid of losing money, actually just being confident that money would come to you probably, something like that. And just begin thinking those thoughts. So instead of, okay, look this way, I'm afraid of losing money, begin just looking that way, looking into your desires and feel those desires. Just feel, how would it be like if I had a lot of money coming to me? How would I feel? What would I do? Would I go out and invite my friends and just pay for their dinner, or take them on a travel, or buy someone a car, or whatever it was? What would you do? Just think about that and let your mind change the energy. If you have something where you don't prefer it, and into something that you would prefer. And like I said, with that change, because that's how our brain works, and a lot of science now says it's also how the universe is working. It's kind of like, if the way you look, the way you desire to go, the direction you want, it's kind of like, just take the steps. Just when you begin thinking that, your mind will change. Everything around you will change. And maybe it will happen in one day, maybe it will happen in a week or a month or half a year, whatever. But if that's going to change your life, why don't spend a couple of minutes on this every day and begin just taking the steps that direction? So I really, I hope this inspires you, because I understand and I know, I've been there, I tried that. $1.5 million US debt, personal debt. I was running away from it. I tried to escape that. But what I couldn't escape was the feeling inside of being broke, of the feeling inside of being fearful of losing money. I couldn't just run away from that. If I had ran to south of Europe and gone to Africa, I would still have brought the feeling of being afraid of losing money. Understand? So, mindset shift. And with that, emotional shift, and with that energy shift, and with that just more fun and happiness, and with that more money coming into your life. 2025 is going to be a magical year. So I just wanted to share this, and I wish you a lot of great energy, a lot of successful energy, and a lot of love.